Now, Paul is saying there, Adam did one sin that brought death. Jesus took upon himself many trespasses. He took upon himself all of the sins of the people in the world for all of history. You say, how could that happen? Only God could do that. And you're right. Only God could do that. Jesus Christ, being God in human flesh, the only human being who has never sinned and has been from beginning to end incapable of sin, therefore incapable of death, He took all of our sins. He took our state of sinfulness. He took the sins of our hearts. He took the intentional sins. He took the unintentional sins. He took the sins of ignorance and naivety. He took the sins of deliberate belligerence. He took all those sins into His body. God placed them by divine miraculous power, scooping up the sin of all human history, past, present and future. And He supernaturally imposed and impregnated those sins in the body of His Son. And there in those 3 hours of darkness, God unleashed the enormity and the full extent of His wrath for our sin in His Son's body on that cross. You could paraphrase it this way, and it would be accurate, but we're not going to explore it today, another day. Jesus took the eternal, divinely appointed realities of hellish death, and God punished Jesus with hell's death itself on the cross in those 3 hours, so that you and I could be prevented from ever experiencing hellish death. Should we choose to believe that Jesus took my sin and He took my place, and I can receive His righteousness just as He received my sin. Jesus was our substitute, my friend. He was our substitute. More than that, He was my substitute. And He was your substitute. He was your substitute. He didn't do that lightly. He was your substitute. He took your place. He took all your animosity against Him, all your indifference against Him. He took all your pain that causes you to rebel against Him and to live separate from Him. He took it all. And God looked at my sin and your sin in His Son, and He said, I've got to judge that, because that sin is worthy of death. And so He did judge it. He did judge it. He judged it so thoroughly, my friend, that it will never need to be judged again. Yeah. And that's the good news of Easter.